Sitting in a pile a mile high, surrounded by loads of miscellaneous remnants of items that once were, lies a little plastic bottle. This bottle has been there for a while now. Sure, time has worn the bottle down. The paper which was once brightly labeled with a brand name has now been ripped off, turned to mush due to the rain. The cap, which was once perfectly held in its contents, is now missing, and the shape that once contoured to its owner's hand has been crushed and crinkled into an almost unrecognizable shape. But regardless of its appearance, the bottle still remains, intact altogether, not at all affected by the erosion that has worn away the other remnants that surround it. This bottle is sitting in a landfill. This item should have been recycled. It is something that we are all guilty of, absent-mindedly throwing away a recyclable item without thinking about its effects on the environment. That bottle will sit there, and it will pollute our environment. Sure, it is easy to think that one little bottle won't affect anything, but that mentality is what causes an even larger waste problem. When considering recycling, compared to just throwing away garbage into any bin, the question that always comes to mind is, how does recycling help the environment? This question does not have just one simple answer. There are so many different ways that recycling helps the environment. Today, I will inform you all of the importance of recycling, and also of the negative effects of not recycling and the positive effects of recycling. First, recycling helps the environment in three main ways. The first main way is that recycling reduces energy consumption. It takes significantly less energy to convert pre-existing materials into recycled versions than it does to extract, process, and manufacture raw or virgin materials into brand new products. For example, if paper is made from recycled pulp instead of cutting down a new tree, much less energy is used. The second way that recycling helps the environment is that it helps to reduce the landfills. By throwing recyclable products away in the garbage that do not biodegrade, you're harming the environment. We need to keep recyclables out of landfills to lessen the pollutions that they create. And the third example is that recycling helps to decrease pollution. As waste rots in landfills, it starts to emit terrible gases. Reducing the items that we throw away in landfills will help to reduce the pollution that they cause. My second point is to describe the negative effects of continuing to not recycle. These include pollution and an increase of our landfills. First, a negative effect of not recycling is that the landfills begin to overflow. If we allow all of our waste to go directly to landfills, then they will start to fill up at an alarming rate. Then we will have to dig more landfills as a result. Areas that currently do not have landfills would be forced to either pay for more disposal or dig some landfills. And finding a spot for a landfill is not at all an easy task. Landfill areas have to have the right mixture of underground rocks and clay. Landfills also cannot be established near groundwater or wetlands, fault lines, and other sensitive areas. According to facts presented by Maureen Wise from the US EPA, in 2012, Americans produced over 251 million tons of trash. Of that, 164 tons went to landfills, and of that, only 87 tons were recovered and either recycled or composted properly. My last main point is that there are many ways that recycling helps. It is important to become aware of the process that occurs in order to recycle properly. There are three main steps in the recycling process. The first step is the recyclable materials are collected. The four main methods of collection include curbside drop-off centers, buy-hack centers, and deposit/refund programs. The second step is that all recyclables are processed. After the materials have been cleaned and properly sorted, the recyclables are processed to retrieve the raw materials. All the recyclables need to be broken down into basic elements so that it can be either mixed with existing virgin resources or made into new materials. The third and last step of the recycling process is the purchase of the recycled products. This is the ultimate step. Lastly, it is important to remember all of the many benefits of recycling and the steps involved in completing the process. I know that a lot of you will find it tempting to revert back to adopting the out of sight, out of mind philosophy when it comes to recycling. But we as a people have come so far, and rationalizing that someone else will take care of the pollution problem or that someone else will start up a recycling program in my area can no longer be an option. We do not want to manifest an even larger waste management problem. We want to solve and be aware of our actions and their effect on the environment. Through it all, I think that it is important to keep in mind that recycling is just one of the many ways that we can help the environment. With every step that's made, however small it may be, it is still one more step towards helping and supporting the environment in which we live. Everyone should be involved, from children to adults. In order to create a better environment for future generations, we need to start today. I have here an example of the water bottle that I described earlier. Please keep in mind that this needs to be recycled properly and not just thrown away in a garbage can. Thank you.